The soft golden light of the morning sun filtered through the tall, elegant windows of the bedroom, casting a warm glow over the neatly made bed and the classic, carefully arranged furniture, giving the room a serene and almost sacred atmosphere, while the quiet hum of the city outside barely penetrated the calm within. On the carpeted floor, a maid dressed in a pristine green uniform with white trim knelt with her hands pressed together, her eyes closed in deep, heartfelt prayer, the quiet sincerity in her posture speaking volumes of the life she had led and the burdens she carried, as if each whispered plea was an offering to a higher power she trusted more than the people around her. And in front of her, 3 young boys, dressed in matching red shirts and blue jeans, knelt obediently, their small hands folded, their innocent faces reflecting a mixture of reverence and curiosity, for they had never witnessed such devotion before, and yet there was a strange comfort in joining her, as if their hearts instinctively knew the importance of this moment, the eldest of the boys whispering a soft "Amen" under his breath, while the youngest fidgeted slightly but quickly quieted down, sensing the gravity of the scene. At the doorway, a well-dressed man in a sharp blue suit paused, his hand still on the door handle, frozen by the unexpected sight before him, a mixture of surprise, admiration, and an odd sense of guilt crossing his features, for he had always thought of this household in terms of wealth, control, and appearances, but here was a glimpse of something pure, untainted by money or social expectation, a moment of devotion that seemed to transcend all the trappings of his carefully constructed life, and he felt a strange stirring in his chest, an unfamiliar softness that made him step back, almost ashamed that he had interrupted such sacred simplicity. The maid's voice, soft but unwavering, continued her prayer, her words a mix of gratitude, hope, and quiet desperation, asking for protection over the children, for guidance in her own life, and for strength to endure the challenges she had faced silently for so many years, her sincerity palpable, reaching even the men at the door who now felt compelled to listen, drawn by the unexpected warmth and vulnerability emanating from someone he had barely considered beyond her role in the household. And as he watched, the youngest boy's small voice broke the silence with a hesitant prayer, his words, innocent yet profound, touching upon fears and hopes the man himself had long buried beneath wealth and ambition, making him realize that the world he had built around himself, filled with contracts, meetings, and appearances, had never truly prepared him for these small but profound truths of life, love, and faith. The maid, noticing the men at the doorway, opened her eyes slightly, her gaze meeting his, not with fear or reproach, but with calm understanding, as if she had always known he would see her at her most genuine self one day. And the man, caught between the life he knew and the life unfolding before him, felt an unfamiliar urge to kneel, to pray, to strip away the armor of his carefully maintained persona and confront the raw humanity he had ignored for so long, while the children, sensing the change in atmosphere, looked at him with quiet curiosity, their small faces reflecting hope, trust, and an unspoken invitation to join them, and he realized in that instant that the world outside, with its noise, expectations, and relentless pursuit of power, had never given him a moment like this, a moment where the simplest act of devotion could open the heart, soften the spirit, and ignite a profound connection. Interview praising my leadership felt meaningless, because the strongest empire I could have built had collapsed the day I walked away from a child who needed me. I stood up slowly, ignoring the murmurs around me, and for the first time in years, I spoke not as a CEO but as a broken man, admitting my past, my mistake, my fear, and my regret, and I announced that not only would the program continue, but I would personally fund it, adopt it, protect it, because redemption begins when truth is faced, not hidden. Tears flowed freely now, not just hers, but mine, and even some around the table. Because people don't connect to power, they connect to honesty, and as the meeting ended, my life as I knew it was gone, replaced by a chance to become the man I should have been all along. This is not just a story about regret, it's a reminder that your past never disappears, it waits for the right moment to teach you humility, responsibility, and love, and if this story touched your heart, changed your perspective, or made you reflect even a little, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because stories like these don't just entertain. They heal, awaken, and remind us what truly matters, and by subscribing, you become part of a community that believes powerful stories can change lives.